So now, my opinion, my perspective of the Bible, Satan, and narcissist is that um, the Bible, that Satan, it is pretty much a representation of the spirit of evil. And by the spirit of evil, I mean um, a a perspective, a wicked form of being. So a spirit is a, what do you call it? Oh, is a no, no. You know how in high school they say we got spirit? Yes, we do. We got spirit. How about you? Like when they refer to spirit, they refer to the intangible parts of a human being. Like their characters, their moods, all of those aren't tangible. So by spirit, there is a possibility that it is a supernatural being, but there is also the possibility that by spirit, um, they mean a disposition of wickedness. So um, by Satan, Satan is merely a representation or a personification of someone's disposition of wickedness, and by that, people with a disposition of wickedness are psychopaths, sociopaths, narcissists, and pretty much people with cluster B personality disorders. So now, um, I'm going to go through some of the characteristics of a narcissist, and then I am going to follow with a verse from the Bible or a couple that represent that can be interpreted as a character trait of a narcissist. But in the Bible, these character traits are actually being attributed to Satan. So in other words, Satan equals character traits equals narcissist. So does that make sense? So the traits that I'm going to use are character traits that the Bible uses to describe Satan, which are the exact same character traits that a narcissist has. Which is, again, the reason that I strongly believe that when the Bible is referring to Satan, it is since psychology was not a subject back then, I believe that the Bible is partly a psychology book warning us through verses about narcissists. So first, Satan is the one with insolent pride. So this list is not a full list of other character traits. This is only a partial list of Satan's narcissistic traits. So I'm going to start with the first narcissistic trait of being exalted and worshipped. So his primary goal is to be exalted in worship. So the Bible says this in Isaiah 12 to 14. So how you have fallen from heaven, O star of the morning, son of the dawn. You have been cut down to the earth, you who have weakened the nations, but you have said in your heart, I will ascend to heaven. I will raise my throne above the stars of God. I will sit on the mount of assembly in the recesses of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, and I will make myself like the Most High. Then also in Luke 4, verses 6 to 8. 6 and 8. And it says, and the devil said to him, I will give you all this domain and its glory, for it has been handed over to me, and I will give it to whomever I wish. Therefore, if you worship me, it shall all be yours. Jesus answered him, it is written, you shall worship the Lord your God and serve him only. Now this is Timothy 3:6. And not a new convert, so that he will not become conceited and fall into the condemnation incurred by the devil. Okay, so now the next narcissistic trait. He is a liar. He lies all the time. So narcissists lie only for one purpose: to make themselves look and feel better, or give the appearance of being better than who they truly are. So let's say if you have a website, and then they have a website too, but it's shitty compared to yours, they will make you a story about how much money they made making websites for other people, to make your website seem less impressive to you, and at the same time make themselves look better in your eyes. That's an example from experience. So now, this is in John part 8, verse 44. If you are of your father the devil, and you want to do the desires of your father, he was a murderer from the beginning, and does not stand in the truth, because there is no truth in him. Whenever he speaks a lie, he speaks from his own nature, for he is a liar and the father of lies. Narcissists are pure. I cannot think of a better way to describe a narcissist as the father of lies. It embodies their personality so well. It truly, truly does. Because that is all they do. Okay, now, he is lawless or rebellious. So, narcissists have no boundaries. If you put a boundary, they will try to push it so that you don't respect it, or they will get upset, or they will make it appear as if you're wrong enough so that you will give them permission to violate your boundary. Now, he is lawless, rebellious. So this is already said that. So this is John part 3, verse 4 and 8. So, or verse 4. 4 and 8. So it says, everyone who practices sin also practices lawlessness, and sin is lawlessness. 8. The one who practices sin is of the devil, for the devil has sinned from the beginning. The Son of God appeared for this purpose, to destroy the works of the devil. So, we are all sons of God, and I consider myself a son of God, which is, and I have, again, and I think that the more obligation is to destroy the works of the devil. And by that, I am, which is the main reason that I am recording this and making this available publicly, so I can put light onto this topic and help people see how the devil or narcissist function or operate, and that way you're able to better protect yourself against people. So now, he is a schemer. So he is a schemer. I have so many examples of narcissists being schemers. So I'm going to tell you of one example. So he's a schemer. So I'm gonna give you a easy example, and then I'm just going to give you an easy one right now, and another time I'm going to give you something a lot more personal. So soon I will tell you everything about my experiences with narcissists, because there have been many. And you know, surprisingly, I have absolutely no resentment towards them. Actually, I really appreciate what they did to me, because it enabled me to see reality as it truly is. I mean, those experiences are what truly led to my awakening. And I would have not had any other way, because if it wasn't that narcissist, it would have been another one. You know, I might have never noticed, and all these forces could have been impacting my life negatively, and I might have never figured it out, you know. So to all my narcissists, thank you. You have been a blessing. Okay, now, he is a schemer. So this is Corinthians part 2, verse 11. So, sorry if I do not know how to properly read Bible verses. Again, I have never been religious, and this is the first time. This is my debut of Ephraim quoting the Bible. So, this is the first time. So now, this is Corinthians part 2, verse 11. So that no advantage will be taken of us by Satan, for we are not ignorant of his schemes. So, by ignorant of his schemes, so I mean triangulation, gaslighting, baiting, guilt tripping, perception manipulation, or fabricating proof. There are so many ways. There is the amount of schemes are limitless. I will make a video of schemes of gangstalkers, of narcissists. I will tell you how I have seen a narcissist convince a friend of mine that he was hearing voices in his head, and that there were people living in the air ducts of his apartment. I am not exaggerating. I have seen it myself. This guy was programmed like a robot to believe that he was hearing voices in his head. Well, that's coming soon. That was actually a very interesting experience. So now, anyways, he sometimes acts with a false appearance of righteousness. I would say that he always acts with a false appearance of righteousness. So they will always imply or portray the image of having your best interest in mind, of being the best thing that's happened to you, of being good people. But in reality, they are the diametrically opposite of righteous. They are wicked to the core. And this is Corinthians part 11, verse 14. No wonder, for even Satan disguised himself as an angel of light. Now, the next one. He tries to portray a false image of power. They will make themselves appear a lot more successful than what they truly are. They will look good on paper. They will look good on social media. But in reality, they are broke as fuck. I have seen this many times. Their image will look like if they have a lot of power or a lot of influence. But in reality, they are nothing. So now, this is Thessalonians part 2, verse 9. That is, the one whose coming is in accord with the activity of Satan, with all power and signs of false wonders. So now, Antichrist and false prophet will come with a show of power as Satan's agent. Empowered by Satan, they will try to deceive the world with counterfeit acts. But it's a false image of power. God will show the real power when his top angel grabs Satan, binds him with a chain, and tosses him into the bottom of this pit. He is a destroyer and will take as many people as he can down with him. Revelation 12:9. If he is being found out or exposed, he will first and foremost put anyone else who helped him to fall before he does. So he will right away throw you down the bus, throw you under the bus before he falls. This is the first person that will say, each man for themselves, or for himself, or something like that. So now, here's the verse on Revelation part 12, verse 9. And the great dragon was thrown down, the serpent of old, who is called the devil and Satan, who deceives the world. He was thrown down to the earth, and his angels were thrown down with him. I have several interpretations of this. First, notice devil, Satan, and the serpent of old, and the dragon are all representations, are being put in the same verse, and they are all representations of Satan. Wherever you see this, they are all representations of narcissism. Everywhere you see them, they are all representations of narcissism, of narcissists. They're all symbols of narcissists. Just have that. So whenever you see it everywhere in the Bible or literature, you know that's what they're referring to. They're archetypes. So now, he was thrown down to earth, and his angels were thrown down with him. So, if Satan falls, all his angels will fall with him. Just like if a narcissist falls, all his flying monkeys are falling with him. Notice the similarity in between the Wicked Witch of the West with her flying monkeys, narcissist, flying monkeys, the devil and his angels, all of them have wings. So notice that the mobility and the all of them have wings. I'm not sure, but I'm sure the wings represent something, which is possibly the mobility of them, that they, like birds, they go, they kind of observe, and then they go back and they report. You know, they're all the same. So then again, angels, you know, also, I'm not sure if you saw like in He-Man, this is gonna sound funny, but you know, like Skeletor, he had like his little like, I guess he had 5 monkeys, didn't he? But always the antagonist, everywhere. He always has his little minions doing the dirty work for them. And it is the exact same, it's like a template for evil. And it fits so well, huh? So now, this is Revelation part 12, verse 12. For this reason rejoice, O heavens, and you who dwell in them. Woe to the earth and the sea, because the devil has come down to you, having great wrath, and knowing that he has only a short time. So now, he seeks out targets. Narcissists are constantly looking for people who are oblivious to the existence of evil. It took me like 10 narcissists before I realized that there was a type of person that was obvious, that was always sucking the life out of me and taking all my resources for their own benefit. Like I didn't see them. I was completely oblivious of this information. So the targets are always people who are unaware of the devices and the schemes. So again, I feel like I have a more obligation to share this information with you. The only thing that I'm hoping that you get out of this video is an awareness of the existence of these types of people before you fall victim to one. If you're feeling like you're getting something out of this information, please subscribe and like. I will give you information that will prevent you so much heartache and problems and tribulations. And please share this information with as many people as you can, because this is not for me, but this is pretty much to put light on the devices of these types of people. I would greatly appreciate it. So now, he seeks out target. So this is Peter part 5, verse 8. Be sober in spirit. Do not do drugs. Be on the alert. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. Then again, spiritual warfare. You have to always be on the lookout. You have to take away, you're not a child anymore. When you're out of the world and you're an adult, you have to be always on the lookout. And you always be sober. That was a lesson that I had to learn the hard way. But nonetheless, I learned it, and now be on the alert. So you always have to be on the alert for these types of people. So now, he flees when resisted. Whenever he is unable to get narcissistic supply from you, he will leave, because there is nothing he will get from you. Unless he is able to get any other type of benefit from you, which I guess it's also narcissistic supply. So when he gets something from you, he will not be there anymore. It's like those friends who only are there when they need you, but they're not real friends. So now this is James 4, verse 7. Submit therefore to God, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Now he tries to ensnare his targets. He will set out traps for you. I will tell you of a trap that will seem trivial, but you will see it as trivial because I will only tell you of one of many traps that were set out for me. So, well, I had a lot of problems with my teeth. Well, they were really crooked. I had braces, and then I wasn't able to smile until I was like 18 or 19. So then, so when I got my braces removed, I was smiling like there was no tomorrow, and having white teeth became one of my priorities. Having super straight, super white, beautiful teeth became one of my priorities, because I suffered a lot from having my teeth really messed up. So then I would always make sure that they were super fucking white. So then one time I was hanging out with the narcissist at the time, and then we were hanging out with a bunch of friends, and then one of them asked me, "Oh, hey, well, how are your teeth so white?" And then I told him, "Well, I get this whitening kit off Amazon. It's like $80. Is the most just get the priciest Amazon whitening strips. They're Crest Professionals, and then they're like $70. Use them for a month. But you're gonna have the whitest teeth ever. Do it once a year or once every 2 years, and you will have the whitest teeth you have ever seen anyone have." And by the way, I do recommend them. They're amazing. And so then I told him where to buy them. I even showed them to him on Amazon, and I think he ordered them. So then when we were at my home, my narcissist he told me, "Why do you tell him that you get that you whiten through whitening strips? Just tell him they're natural, and that you brush them, and then you just brush them a lot, and that they're naturally white." So then I was okay, sure, why not? So then someone else asked me how I get my teeth so white, and then I told him, "Oh, well, I just brush them all the time, you know." And then my narcissist at the time, he literally just threw me right under the bus. He was like, "Why are you such a liar? You brush them and you use whitening. You use whitening mouthwash, and then you use whitening floss, and then you use whitening strips. You told me, do not lie to him." and then like right in front of we were like a bunch of people, right in front of everyone. And then I immediately just told him, "You were the one that told me to tell whoever asked me that that they were natural. Do not throw me right under the bus. What kind of boyfriend are you?" And then he was like, "Oh, that's right." So that is a trap. This person set me up for a trap. And this was not the only time, the only time. I was set up countless of times. And not by only this person, but I have been set up by many of them. But that is just one example. But when these things come up, they add up, and then you kind of start becoming unsure of yourself. So they have a very what's that word? Insidious effect on your psyche. Like they begin creating self-doubt. So now, so that I was being snared for that, and that is just the easier one to explain. I have other snares that get really dark, and I might share them live, because that is something that I only want to share once, and it is so dark that it kind of hurts my soul just repeating them. So now, in the Bible, it's on Timothy 3 verse 7, and he must have good reputation with those outside the church, so that he will not fall into reproach and the snare of the devil. So he snares. Now, he looks for opportune times to make his moves. So again, narcissists, whenever I have been in a tough situation, it's like they can smell it almost, because they will come and they will offer themselves as the solution. Like when I was struggling with housing, one of them right away, oh, why don't you move in? That is the worst thing you can do, is being in a position where you have no power, and then a narcissist comes and offer themselves as a solution. That is the worst thing you can do. So now, Luke 4 verse 13. When the devil had finished every temptation, he left him until an opportune time. So now, so then again, I will repeat my main idea behind this, behind this video, is that the Bible is not only a spiritual guide, but it's only almost like old psychology. It is old psychology, or that is not only supernatural, but it is very real. It uses symbology to represent people, to represent spirits of wickedness, spirits of insolent pride, to explain you that there are people in the world who fully embody Satan, and by that I do not mean a supernatural being, but a perspective on the world, a father of lies, someone who will try to destroy you by ensnaring you, by lying to you, by deceiving you, by setting you up until you are completely destroyed to the point of no return. I know this sounds over the top, but psychopaths, narcissists, sociopaths are over the top, and Satan, the description of Satan, it is so on the spot with the destructiveness of people with narcissistic personality disorder, or who are sociopathic, or like they will only go into your life, they will ruin it. And the best way of defense is having the ability to recognize the schemes and to stay away from these people, because they will just bring disaster into your life until you are nothing. And they will convince everyone that you did it to yourself, and they will make you appear like the one who is wrong in the head, when in reality it is them who are fucking with you, because they don't want you to have what you have. They don't want you to be you they don't want you to fulfill your potential. So be very aware, observe this information, be sober as much as you can. be aware and be on the lookout, because not everyone is who they paint themselves to be. They can have the facade of being someone who truly care about you, but in reality, they can be doing their best work to destroy you from the inside. And the worst thing is that if you don't recognize the red flags, these wounds are invisible. They leave no bruises, but they are so much more powerful than a physical attack. So please take good care of yourself. Love yourself and put yourself first before putting anyone else. I mean, not just, I know that sounds egoistical and selfish, but if you're a parent, you have to be you at your best potential to be able to take care of your kids at your best potential. You have to be the best version of yourself in every way, shape, or form to provide the world with your purpose and the best possible, to provide your talents and your light to the world to the best of your ability. So you cannot help anyone if you do not help yourself first. So take good care of yourself, put yourself first. That way you can yourself give the best of yourself to the world and fulfill yourself and fulfill your life's purpose to your highest potential. Thank you for watching. Thank you, and please take this information, use it, and share it. Have a good day, and thank you.